We will tune in, Gretchen. But right now, Donald Trump showing new energy bolstered by that long-awaited nod from House Speaker Paul Ryan, the presumptive Republican nominee, hoping to build on the endorsement and unite the party before the Cleveland convention. Garland Nixon is a radio host and Chris Plante is a syndicated radio host. Thank you so much for joining us. So I will start with you, Garland. Does this mean the Republican Party is going to unite?
Yes, I think so. I fully expect the Republican Party to unite behind Donald Trump. I kind of saw this coming all along. Lucky for them, they got their guy early. And from a political perspective, while I may not be happy about it, I do think that's what gives them their best opportunity to win in November.
And Chris, you know, he made the announcement in an op-ed published in his hometown newspaper. Why didn't he just do this to begin with?
Well, because it's a little bit tepid. He's coming into the water slowly. They're not old friends. They don't have a relationship of long standing, and I wouldn't expect that everybody's going to be happy and dancing on a hilltop together anytime soon. People are going to approach this cautiously and hope that if Donald Trump becomes president, I expect that he will, that they'll be able to work with him on the great issues of the day, and that he'll kind of become part of Washington, which I don't think he intends to do. But I think that's what Paul Ryan is hoping he will do, but with some trepidation.
Yeah, and Garland, is he also hoping that this will help with other races down the ballot?
Yeah, and I think that's what the unity is all about. I think they see an opportunity. They see a weakened Hillary Clinton and a Democratic Party leadership that's, you know, intent upon moving forward with her. And I think they see some opportunities here if they can get their act together early enough. I think they recognize that the Democratic convention, you know, could potentially be a bit of a dumpster fire if things aren't straightened out between Bernie and the Bernie Sanders supporters and the Clinton machine here shortly.
Yeah, and speaking of the Bernie Sanders supporters, how will Ryan's endorsement impact Trump's ability to pull over some of those independents or some of the Bernie Sanders supporters, which he will need in the general election?
Well, I don't think that as a Sanders supporter myself and being, you know, inculcated in that community, I don't think it's a matter of Trump offering so much to bring in the Bernie Sanders supporters as a matter of ideology or even as a matter of policy. I think a lot of them are anti-establishment. They're anti-Clinton. And I've even heard so much, though I hate to admit it on TV, I've heard people say, well, if Bernie's not going to be there, we'd rather vote for Trump and blow up the whole thing. Yeah, so well, I think you're looking at some other dynamics here.
And Chris, finally, as we wrap up, I did wonder about the push recently for the third-party candidate. Do you think that had anything to do with the timing here?
Well, I'm not so sure that specifically goes to Ryan's decision to come out and say that he's going to vote for Trump. And again, something of a tepid endorsement. But either way, I think we're going to see something of a team of rivals here, that the Republican Party is a very complex place right now. It's fragmented, but people are coming together enough to try to hold the party together through the general election, win the presidency, and have the fights afterward, even if you're going to be at one another's throats a bit after the general election.
Yeah, just a bit. All right, thank you so much. Chris, Garland, have a great weekend.